Hello and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have you here with me this afternoon. We are not alone. I did bring a kitty. Actually, she brought herself. So say hello to Miss Hattie. There you go, little girl. So if she hops out of my lap, you'll know I am scooching around, but lovely to see you all, seeing so many returning names. And if you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to make any request to your personal health and well-being in that chat, at least as much as you're comfortable sharing in such a public venue. We're going to start things off in the first hour with a beautiful crystal grid that we're going to build together based on all of your requests. And after about the 1 hour point, we will transition into a brief explanation of Reiki, and then I will send this healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. If you're watching this as a video replay and you want to skip ahead to the healing, go to about the 1 hour point or where you see the lights begin to shift, and you can enjoy things from there. And like I said, again, if you want to know, if you want to make any requests, go ahead and use the live chat. If you'd like to learn more about me or want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or a tarot reading to learn more about my live online Reiki certifications or my crystal shop, visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com, and all of the links are below in the description. There's also a link in the description for my email newsletter. If that's your thing, there's going to be lots of different coupons and specials going out as we get into the spring because I'm enrolling my summer program. So go ahead and get on that list if it seems like it fits for you. Let's go ahead and move over to the crystal grid. I've already started things off, and we will just go ahead and start adding those crystals in. So many returning names. I hope all of you are doing well. I know everybody has a lot on their plate, and I'm really happy to be here for you. So let's see who's here. Okay, so this is our crystal grid. We've got a mirror to help reflect and deflect any negative energy, and we've got our copper spiral to help break up any blockages and get the energy flowing optimally. And I see so many familiar names. Chris, Jenny, Martha, Jenny. Yeah, Chris, Jenny, Martha, and Jennifer. It's good to see you all. Oh, it's so good to see you all. I hope, Chris, I hope your sister is doing well. Keep me posted. Let me know how she's doing, even if it's not on here. Reiki for brain and nervous system. Mood and passion for brain, nervous system, mood, and passion for life. I love it. So let's dive in. So brain, nervous system, mood, and passion. Let's see. Athena Nicole. Oh, I'm so sorry. Welcome in. You're in the right place. It's all good. We're here for you. Lots of love to you, Patty. Hope you're doing well. Enjoy your meeting. Okay, Chris. I hope that's a no news is good news situation, but keep me posted. Good stuff. So for brain and memory particularly is pyrite. Now, if there's something specifically that you want attention to your brain for, like studying or something like that, let me know. But pyrite is great for the brain and memory. It's also great for calling in financial abundance. It's very protective when it comes to intuition and energy. It's protective, but it also helps the intuition to come through. So this is pyrite. It goes by fool's gold, and fool's gold definitely brings the real gold in. So we'll ask that this help support some financial abundance for all of us and support you with your brain and memory. But yeah, let me know if there's anything more specific. Next, I wanted to bring in one that helps the brain, mind, and also mood, and that's Lepidolite. Lepidolite is lithium mica, and it's used in modern medicine. It's been used in ancient medicine, and here we're using the energetic vibration of it to help support us. Lithium mica is lithium as you would get as a mental health medication, but it's known as lepidolite in the jewelry trade. And this is a stone that's thought to help calm and soothe the emotions so that you can start to see them and examine them better understand yourself. It's also great to bring attention to any patterns that either need releasing or need some examination. And it's also thought as a stone to help you decide whether to stay or go. And it's this beautiful, like purplish silver mica. It's such a beautiful color. This specimen also has within it Amazonite. Amazonite is superb for self-care, the spine and spinal nerves, as well as in general, the nervous system too. But this is one that I think would be helpful in this circumstance. So go ahead and we'll put that there. And let's see. Nervous system and passion for life. Got one for that. So Epidote helps the nervous system and the skin. This also helps the brain, especially in regards to things like Parkinson's. It's also great for recovery from illness and injury, and can help you to kind of curb the negative self-talk. I know that's something I do. It's something a lot of folks do. But yeah, this is Epidote. Absolutely love it. It's also thought to be connected to the fairy realm. So if you work with fairy magic, you might really like Epidote. And last but not least, for some special attention to zest for life, I have some emerald. This is great for that. This is passion for life, whether it's one aspect of your life or more that you want to bring the passion back into, the zest back in. It's also wonderful for the lungs and all aspects of the upper respiratory system. It's helpful for healing skin and tissue and for preparing to feel successful. It's also one folks use to help boost their confidence after bullying, especially if that's about appearance. So this is emerald. And I will bring this in for you, Jenny. So glad that you are here. There we go. And I'm glad that you're here. Good to see you again. Financial crap because you're disabled but not disabled enough and not poor enough, so you just fall through the cracks. As a disabled person, I completely understand what you're talking about. It's a mess. It's mayhem to try to navigate. Absolutely. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's do this. Zoisite can be really good at facing challenges, setbacks, and roadblocks, especially ones that you really don't want to deal with or that you might be procrastinating with. So this can be helpful. It's also great for releasing negativity and for helping to combat like sluggishness, apathy, like when we just feel like, I just don't want to do this. So there's this. Now there's Zoisite. And for, let's see. I always feel like blue tiger eye can be really helpful when I'm advocating for myself in these kinds of situations. Blue tiger eye, unlike golden tiger eye, all tiger eye, regardless of color, is very protective. Blue tiger eye is very empowering of the throat chakra, speaking the truth, especially speaking the truth to power when it is inconvenient. This helps to bring calm and ease and a relief of stress in you when you're taking on these moments. It can also help with like a really bold communication and speaking your truth. It's considered like a facts over feelings kind of stone. It protects truth tellers, and it can help with writing, public speaking, whatever you need to do to convey a less than convenient viewpoint. So, blue tiger eye. And let's see. I also want to bring in some labradorite. This can calm disputes in like a customer servicey kind of way, but also this is really good for research and detailed attention. So if you need to kind of, because I know how they make all of these scenarios and all of these regulations as flummoxing as is possible. So this will help you go through any kind of stuff that you need to go through, regulations, hoops, etc., with a fine-tooth comb if you need them, finding little errors, little turns of phrase, so that you can really see everything that's coming in. So labradorite. That'll also help with sleep, which is never a bad thing. This is a great one too for clairvoyance, so that's seeing spiritually. Oh, Susan! I'm so glad to see you today. Wow! I hope you're doing better. After my surgery, I was not able to do much of anything the second day. I was still in the hospital, and I was also like barely able to use my phone. I was in so much pain. So I'm so happy that you're here. We will send you so much pain relief. Lots of Reiki pain relief. I'm sure that the kitties will purr. Let's see. And one more thing for Jen, too. For Jen, I'm going to bring out some garnet. This is using your time wisely. It's getting things done. It's courage, practicality, organization. It's all the things that can help you with like pushing things forward that you need to move. This kind of stuff is really great. It's almost like a courage in finding the best way, and sometimes the best way is not to go head right into something, but kind of like circumvent things. So this might be helpful too with helping you navigate a system that is meant to be as unhelpful as possible, unfortunately. So garnet for you as well. I hope you are well. Gotcha. Yeah, one thing fixed and 10 others break. Keep in mind that you can reach out to your congressperson about deceptive billing practices. Dwight Evans would also be yours because you live near me. He's on the Ways and Means Committee. And his office is amazing. Amazing. I would reach out to his office for help if you need it. They've been helpful for me in a different scenario, but know that that's a resource. You can push on them. Yeah, when the amounts are wildly different depending on the source, getting a congressperson involved. Once they know they might be the subject of an investigation from the Attorney General's office, they tend to get things in order. So, word to the wise for you. But yeah, Dwight Evans' office. He's in D.C. He's got an office out here by us, but he's in D.C. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And always reach out to me. I'm here to help. And good to see you, Heart. Releasing sadness and frustration, absolutely. All right, let me start from the top again so I don't miss anything. So we got Jenny's, we got Jen's. Martha, add Gold Tiger Eye, Red Tiger Eye, Moonstone, Mookite. Moonstone, Mookite. Clear and Smoky. Okay, so I'm going to start with for Susan to help you with your pain and recovery from surgery. Epidote helps with recovery from illness and injury, so definitely covers what you're going through. Emerald helps with healing skin and tissue. Howlite, as some of you may know, is exceptional for the joints, which are definitely involved here, so I'm going to bring them in. This helps with the joints, the bones, whether it's bone density, whether it's just general joint health or like a big operation or something. This can be really helpful. It's also great just in general for like teeth, hair, and bones kind of stone. On an emotional level, this is a stone that can be really helpful for anger, resentment, and frustration. So if you're struggling with any of those kind of difficult feelings, this is a stone that's going to support you too. For pain, let's see, that looks good. For pain, I'm going to bring in lapis, which helps pain and inflammation. It's also superb for deep, honest, open communication with good integrity, whether you're looking to bring out those qualities in yourself more or you're looking to find other colleagues that have those same kind of principles. This is definitely one that's supposed to be able to help your career path and help you move up the career ladder. It's great for vertigo and hearing loss when it comes to the inner ear. And in general, it aids disorganization, personal responsibility, and having a good, as my friend Jane would say, a good talk-to-do ratio. What you say you're going to do, you follow through and you do it. But pain and inflammation is why we're bringing it in today. And celestite is another one I often use for pain. I feel like it helps improve our experience with pain because it kind of pulls us a little bit out of our physical body and we start to connect more with our spiritual body, which changes the way we feel pain, especially for those of us that are more empathic. But it's also great for connecting with higher wisdom, especially our angels. And if you have any thoughts or fears and you're trying to figure out, is this fear a thought? Is this like logic? Or is this some kind of intuition trying to tell me this? Like what's going on? This can be really helpful with that. So we'll bring in celestite. It's a very angelic stone and I hope that this helps you with pain management, surrounding you with the angels until you get better. I'm also going to bring in some shungite. This definitely helps with repair and healing on a tissue level, like on that physical level. But it's great for relieving stress, emotional pain, and blockages. So it helps on the physical level, but it also helps with the stress, the worry, all of that stuff that kind of comes up around surgery time or any time, anything that you're going through. But definitely this is a good one for stress and emotional pain. It also clears the energy field and can help empaths deal with electromagnetic fields. So that's shungite. So on to some requests for Martha, I have clear quartz, which helps to, it's like a blank slate and an amplifier. It can take any intentions that we have for healing and hold on to them like a record keeper, and can serve as a totem for us, almost like a make your own healing crystal. It can also stand in for crystals you might not have in your collection. It can amplify the intensity of specific stones it's near, as well as any kind of vision board or written word for what you're manifesting or calling from the universe or your prayer list. This is a good thing to keep nearby it. So that is clear quartz. I'm going to go ahead and put the Zoisite on that. Okay. Mookaite helps us with moving forward and accepting change. Even being able to make decisions when there's a lot of change, especially if it's the kind of change that we're not excited about. But yeah, this is Mookaite, which also goes by Australia jasper. This is what it looks like. It can even be into like really beautiful, like mustardy colors of yellow too. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one big piece of Mookaite there. Moonstone helps with connection to the divine, connection to ancient wisdom, the divine feminine, as well as the cycles, rhythms, and patterns of nature. I usually think of this stone as like very connected with the high priestess. And this can be really great too for calling on like a romantic partner, for releasing patterns, and for protection as well. So here it is, beautiful color. If you do any kind of lunar magic, moonstone in any variety is wonderful to work with. But yeah, we will bring this in. Let's see, we will put this under our friend Lapis. Pardon my arm cutting across the shot there. There we go. Tiger Eye is very protective, and it is also great for bolstering courage, giving us some strength and some balance, even if things are seemingly shifting around. This is great also for big picture thinking, like to take everything that's going on and kind of give you a bird's eye look, gives you a really great perspective on everything in its totality. It's really thought of as like an entrepreneurial stone or a big study stone. I often recommend this for people who are like, I'm studying for an exam, what do I use? Usually Tiger Eye and Labradorite come right up into mind. So I'm going to bring this in. It can be very empowering for the solar plexus. Red Tiger Eye is very, very protective, like probably the most protective stone I have. And this is protective from really malevolent stuff, whether it's mundane, like bullying and that kind of stuff. Bullying, toxic environments, triangulation, all that kind of stuff. This can help with on the mundane level. On the spiritual level, this can help any kind of malevolent spiritual work that you might be experiencing or being on the receiving end of. So, Red Tiger Eye. Black onyx is great for grounding fear and helping us process grief. This can also be absolutely superb at protecting anyone against folks who would play mind games or be deceptive. It's thought very helpful for that, but it's also great just for anxiety and also ancestor connection. So grief, fear, anxiety, self-doubt, this is a really beautiful stone to work with. If you're working with any kind of ancestor magic, this is a stone worth considering in your work. Citrine aids financial abundance It also balances logic with intuition. It's one that is often thought of in alignment with addictions and compulsions and starting to find a way to move past those. And it's also thought to be great for things like fibromyalgia and even nausea. So that's citrine. So go ahead and bring us some financial abundance there, citrine. Smoky quartz is another stone that's very, very protective. This has been used as far back as the Middle Ages to even like protect property from being stolen. It's often used to help calm worry, as well as to transmute energy, like fundamentally change it. It's also thought to help break up energy blockages, and so I often use it in and around any kind of healing space. The smoky quartz can look like this, where it almost looks like clear, and it can also be even like an almost black color and anywhere in between. It's almost like a brownish black. So that is smoky quartz. There we go. And there's some other requests here. We have garnet, emerald. We'll do yellow calcite, bloodstone, sunstone, lungs, and pink coral. So green kyanite is one I really like to use for the lungs, but there's a lot of good lung stones. In fact, pyrite can be helpful for the lungs too. But green kyanite, emerald is great for the lungs too. Green kyanite is superb for healing with the lungs and anything that has to do with the respiratory system. This is a stone we used a lot during some of the peaks of COVID when everybody was sick, and people reported it was very helpful. So this is great for that. It's also great for balancing our spiritual life with our more mundane life, so that you don't feel like the two are isolated. It feels a little bit more harmonious. And it's fantastic for gaining wisdom through intuition and connecting with plants. So we will bring this in. So there is green kyanite. Ruby is exceptional for the courage to be yourself and for leadership and management skills. It's also thought helpful for love, fertility, and even helping the pain of fibromyalgia. So this is ruby. This definitely can help you unlock your individual and unique leadership traits. I love using it with garnet, actually. We'll go ahead and we'll sprinkle these around. Yellow calcite is really helpful for everything that has to do with the solar plexus chakra, which is our center of free will, personal identity, and following our own sense of creativity, and also following our own life purpose, doing what matters to us and not feeling obligated to act and do things because someone else wants us to do it. So this is a really good one if you're struggling with boundaries, and it's also great for developing self-identity and gaining some more self-confidence and enriching your self-confidence, taking the joy of who you are and what fills you with joy and allowing that to radiate back out to the community around you. It's a beautiful thing. So we'll bring this in. So it's a really optimistic, joy-filled stone. So there is yellow calcite. Bloodstone is one of my emotional stuff hits the fan stones. It's great for like when you feel like you can't even move. You're just so overwhelmed. It is helpful for lifting despair and bringing in almost like stamina, to like emotional stamina, to deal with something that's going to take a while and kind of like not a quick thing, but something that may be really acute but unfolding over time. This is also great for quieting the mind during meditation, and it's also great for relieving self-doubt. So that comes along with the black onyx and what I just put out in the form of there was a couple stones that were good for self-doubt. The yellow calcite. So here's some bloodstone. Bloodstone also goes by the name heliotrope, especially in the UK. And red coral can be incredible when it comes to protection of women. It is the anti-misogyny kind of specimen. Anywhere that women are being relegated, seconded, kept down, pushed down, this is the stone to have. I kind of wish that I could find a lot of really sustainably harvested red coral and send it to so many people. But yeah, this is a beautiful stone for women to keep around. So helpful in so many ways. Thank you so much for being here too. For the lungs, definitely I went over those. And for anger, we have howlite. So I'm so glad you are here. Chris, bronchitis and breathing. I'm sure you heard all of those stones. Yeah, I've been struggling with like feeling very defeated lately too. That's been a very common thing. Definitely. I think you're right, Heart. There's something more energetically for that. What was right before smoky quartz and citrine? Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember what was right before smoky quartz and moonstone. Red tiger eye? Mookite? Shungite? Were those the stones? Sorry. Yeah. Howlite's really good for the angsty stuff. Okay, let's see. For Athena. Definitely the heliotrope can help. I'm going to bring in blue calcite for you. That's my other emotional stuff hits the fan stone. This is great for, it's like emotional first aid. It can help to soothe pain, especially emotional pain, and help you verbalize what you need to say or kind of get out. It helps healing. It helps to bring clarity. It helps you to make decisions even when you don't feel like you're in the best place to make decisions. But yeah, it can really soothe pain and emotional pain, particularly emotional pain. So that's blue calcite. Also to help you kind of bring your mind back in and bring it into a sense of like focus and balance, I'm going to bring in some rutilated quartz. This can really help to balance and focus the mind and also aids the mind-body connection. This is a stone that can help to take the physical energy of our body, and if we feel really depleted or run down, can help regenerate that. And it's also thought to help direct healing energy exactly where it needs to go. And so for that, brings up another reason I'm using this stone. It's often been used as a gift for folks that are struggling with cancer. So the intention being, I hope that this helps direct all of the healing that you're getting to exactly where it's most helpful. So that's rutilated quartz. So this is here for you and also for Korakar's stepfather. So we'll bring that in. And also I'm going to bring in some tourmalinated quartz. This is clear quartz with black tourmaline running through it. And black tourmaline has the energy of breaking things up, but also repelling negativity. So this helps us with grounding and releasing any kind of nervous energy. Helps us to break up things like patterns from childhood. It's thought to break up scar tissue on the body, and in the emotions. It's also helpful for finding any kind of secondary income, like passive income or anything like that. Secondary gigs, any of that kind of stuff, as well as emotional trauma, and is thought to protect travelers, especially those traveling by car, from accidents. So that is tourmalinated quartz. I hope that that is helpful. And of course, you're in a place where you can just be you. It's all good. Let's see. Chris had some request. Yep, definitely. Tourmalinated quartz will help you with that second job kind of request. Amethyst, hematite, peridot, iolite. Well, hematite I'll bring in first. This can be really grounding. It's got a lot of iron in it. This is hematite. It's got a lot of iron in it, which gives it its physical heft, like it's weighty. It's also been used for, pre-biblical times to help. It was thought to help clear the blood, but more than anything, it's what we would now describe as like the energy of the body. It helps to connect to the earth and release the energy we no longer need so that we can start to find a new sense of balance. It's a really helpful stone. So I'm going to bring that in. Okay. Amethyst is great for anyone that's doing any kind of self-improvement type work. When we talk about amethyst, this is a stone that we can think of as helping to lift us up. When we're doing any kind of self-improvement work, we can be a little self-deprecating. We can be rough on ourselves. This reminds us that we're headed in the right direction. We're making better choices. It's okay. Yes, we made mistakes, but it's okay. It's okay. We're changing for the positive. It's also helpful for living up to your the things that you need to do and having that side of integrity. And it's also great for not taking on responsibility for what belongs to someone else. So it's a great stone for anyone that's working through substance abuse, addictions, anything like that, or any kind of recovery type group. So amethyst for sure. It's great for connecting spiritually as well. I'm just going to put that under our lepidolite and under our mookaite. Peridot is great for breaking up bad cycles and bad habits, and it also helps to support friendships with people who kind of empower you to be the best version of yourself. It's also thought to be helpful for things like depression and weight gain, as well as fidelity, anger, and jealousy. So that is peridot. Go. Iolite helps with clairvoyance, being able to see spiritually, so intuition that comes through visual media. It's also great for fever, making the best decisions you can financially, and losing weight. This is also one that helps with sleep issues, particularly if you find yourself to be too ungrounded to sleep. This can help you to take almost like a switched approach to like, okay, I'm open to intuition. Okay, I'm shutting that down, taking care of my human needs and sleeping now. It can aid with that. So that is iolite. Rutilated herkimer. Pink tourmaline. Blue kyanite. I knew there was one more. So blue kyanite helps us to accept ourselves exactly as we are. It's like radical self-acceptance. I accept myself and love myself exactly the way I am, and that's where that is. I love it for that. It's also great for understanding any kind of spiritual guidance. So if you're getting messages in your meditation, card readings, etc., but you don't quite understand them or you're struggling with that, this can be really helpful. This is also great for certain types of brain injury, especially ones that impact speech and mobility. So blue kyanite. Let's see. Carnelian helps with all kinds of relationships. The way we relate to the world around us is very much part of the sacral chakra, which is orange. And carnelian really helps on every level, everything from creativity to sexuality, sexual function and dysfunction, fertility, to romance, relationships, and even attracting your romantic partner. This is a stone that can be great for all of those things, but also helping people get along with each other regardless of the scenario, like a work environment or a community group or anything like that. It's also helpful for fertility. Like I mentioned, it's great for healing wounds as well as cold and allergies. And so definitely allergies and healing wounds are helpful tonight. Let's do... It's going to be too tight in there, so... Pink tourmaline helps with hormones for everyone regardless of gender, but especially for women. This is helpful for any number of gynecologic issues. It's also great for migraine, neuralgia, to help break up a negative self-image, as well as help for spinal injuries and even helping mom and baby bond. So, really beautiful stone. Herkimer diamond can be great. It helps us to be in the present moment, which is so helpful if we're manifesting. And speaking of manifesting, this is one that helps take what we're asking the universe for and put the intention in there that not only do I want this to happen, I want this to impact everyone it touches in the best way possible. This is very much a harmonious way of manifesting. This is also a stone that can help you with balancing energies that don't quite feel balanced, as well as intuitive ability and metabolism. So, Herkimer. Herkimer diamond is a type of double terminated clear quartz that is under the earth in the Herkimer, New York region of the United States. Sapphire is fantastic for channeling. Whether you're channeling the deceased, whether you're channeling angels, spirit guides, what have you, this stone really has it. It really does bring it. Especially helps you to connect with your angels. This can be a stone that can help professional intuitives to find the best wording and phrasing to describe an experience or an impression to a client as well. And it's also thought to be helpful for protecting the thyroid, supporting those with that are struggling with dementia and those that care for them, and for speedy justice. And so, Susan, this is definitely for you and Greg in that regard. So let's go ahead and place this here. Aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. So this is two types of calcite together. Okay. So the blue is the Caribbean blue calcite. That's aligned with our soul star chakra. That's above our crown chakra, so way above the head. And this is the energy center where our soul's purpose, like the highest versions of all the possibilities, kind of exists and is consistently updating. So this helps us to be in balance and connected with our, in a way, our soul's true north. And, it helps us to think and see in alignment with our spiritual highest good. The brown and tan is aragonite, which resonates with the earth star chakra, which is beneath the root chakra. That chakra has a lot to do with how we show up in the world in pursuit of all of those things that are aligned with us spiritually, with our highest good. So this is walking the walk, if you will. This helps empower that. Putting them both together helps create a great deal of balance in the body. So this can help you to move forward with like a good balance of almost like guidance and intuition and sight, along with action that meets that. It's also great for balancing the flow of energy in the body, including the kundalini, which is coiled at the base of the spine. And it's also great for people who are intuitive or sensitive that don't want to shut it down, but do kind of want to get a better handle on it. This can be really helpful. So this is aragonite and Caribbean blue calcite together. So let's see. Let's move this up, move this up. Go. Oh, great. Thank you. Oh, great. Thank you, Jenny. And thank you, Heart. I'm so glad that that was helpful. How late because you've been angsty? I'm going to go ahead and add one more stone that can be really great for anger. And I know Jen knows about it because she gave us these. This is dumortierite. Dumortierite really, I mean, it's such an exceptional stone. It's great for things like patience, as well as standing up for yourself and anger. It's great for all of those things. This helps tidiness. It helps improve situations that seem utterly hopeless. If you're kind of at a point where you feel like, I just don't even know that I don't even know, this is a great stone to work with. But yeah, great for nervous dogs too, as is black obsidian. So that's good to know. But yeah, this one can be really good for things like anger. Rockies and Rittenhouse has beautiful Larimer. And Celestial Quartz. Two things I definitely do not have in my shop. I need to take a ride down to Rockies and do some shopping for us. Yes, Ritual Shop did close. They're focusing on the jewelry side, their jewelry store. So, yeah, their website is open. I could also go down to South Street too. We'll see. Let's see. But I do think Larimer is a good choice. So let's go ahead and bring in a little bit. Larimer is great for our spiritual purpose and finding your own unique way to walk your spiritual purpose and how to embrace it. Everyone's spiritual path is wildly different. Like, it's not supposed to look the same as anyone else's. If you're doing it right, it doesn't look like anyone else's path. Even if you have people that you meet up with along the way and have like big stretches of connection with, it's still going to look slightly different. So this is one that helps encourage you to say, yes, it feels like I'm being a pioneer spiritually, and that's a good thing, and I'm going to follow that and move with it. So this is Larimer. There we go. Yeah, Ritual Shop was... Yeah, well, I know they're paying Rittenhouse rents, but yeah, it was not an inexpensive trip last time I went. But yeah, they were very, very bougie, very, very pretty in there. So let's see, we're having kind of a slow night, which is, just par for the course for this week. Let's see. I think we're at that time where I'm going to go ahead and pick a couple of stones that I think could be really helpful for our grid, and then I'm going to ask you all to vote on it. And while you're voting on it, I'm going to go ahead and explain what Reiki is about and a little of how it works, and then we're going to get right into the healing. So bear with me while I pick out a few good stones. And if you need to use the loo, this is a great time. And yeah, just give me a moment and I will be right back. Okay. So here are our choices. The first one is one that was requested and I forgot. It is Sunstone. Sunstone helps us to expand our vision of our own potential exponentially. It helps us to move past any kind of limiting beliefs or even the sort of silent in the background things we think about ourselves that hold us back. It helps us move past those so that we can reach for the stars and be reminded thoroughly that we did not come here to play small. So that is Sunstone. And the other is Tree Agate, because I know Key / Patty usually requests Tree Agate, but they didn't tonight, and I feel like this could be helpful. And this is the big piece. It's so pretty. This is Tree Agate with some spirit quartz on it. So Tree Agate is sacred in Ayurveda. It's thought that in Ayurveda, which is the sister science of yoga, this is a system where they see energy moving through the body in different channels. And those channels are, big to small, and the smallest ones are known as the nadis. There's tons of them throughout the body. They're flowing everywhere. They carry the chi or energy throughout the body. And it's thought that tree agate can help harmonize the flow of that energy through the body for optimal health and well-being, regardless of your body type, that it helps everyone universally. Spirit quartz is the idea of something new taking hold and being in its beginning phases as it grows into bigger crystals, because these would have grown into bigger crystals if they had the chance. And who knows, maybe they will again. But yeah, so this is tree agate with spirit quartz, orange sunstone. Go ahead and vote for your favorite, but if you're new, just sort of keep it in mind that you're not limited to just one vote. Hint, hint. And you can take a peek in the chat to see what I mean about that. So I'm going to quickly explain what Reiki is, a little bit of how it works, and then we're going to get into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name is Danielle Stimpson. I've been teaching and professionally practicing Usui Reiki for over 14 years. And Usui Reiki is one style of energy healing, which is generally how Reiki is understood in the West. But traditional Usui Reiki is actually a method and technique of working with energy that originates from 1920s Japan and was founded by Mikao Usui. This particular structure of energy healing is definitely timely. It's definitely makes sense that it's spread like wildfire in the West. It's very, very spiritual, yet completely secular. So totally right up our alley. But Usui created this particular system of working with Reiki energy. And the best way to understand what that is, or what energy is, or this particular energy is to bring up Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. Us, the trees, the animals, the plants, the stones, everything has a soul. And everything is interconnected. And within that interconnectedness, there's additional spiritual forces at play, one of which is a spiritually guided soul energy, which is roughly what Reiki means in Japanese and how it can translate to English. So it's thought that this energy is flowing through you and me and everyone and everything else, and that it helps to bring about optimal balance and well-being that our mind, body, and spirit naturally know how to work with. So essentially, I'll be connecting with this energy that's already flowing through all of us, that we all have access to, and I'll be essentially directing more of it to you whenever and wherever you happen to be to support your greatest well-being, while your body, mind, and spirit decide how best to apply it. And this is happening all the time. Even if, in Western culture, we don't think about energy, we don't have a cultural sort of place for it, it's nonetheless there. Essentially, when I'm sending you this energy today, you may notice some physical sensations in your body. You may notice some emotional sensations kind of coming up or being released. Mentally, you may have an opportunity to parse some things out, get things sorted in a way that you haven't been able to before. And if it's more of a spiritual nature, you may have a deep connection with spirit. You may get a sudden epiphany or moment of enlightenment as you're sitting here. You may also just have a really beautiful nap, which is stupendous. But more than likely, you're going to have the exact blend of everything I just mentioned right there in a way that suits your best, highest good. During the session, I encourage you to lay down or sit wherever you feel most comfortable. Consider closing your eyes and simply enjoy. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. In fact, you don't have to do a darn thing. It will just reach you wherever you are. If you want to use this time to move around a little bit and you don't feel like sitting still, feel free to use this time to journal or do some stretches or anything else you feel like doing. This is your time for self-care. As I'm connected and sending this healing to all of you, I will turn the lights down. They will move slowly and evenly through several different colors. At no point will they strobe. And I will turn up the music. And if you'd like to learn more about our musical creator, her link is at the bottom of the description. You can check out her YouTube page and listen to her music during the day. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. This style of energy healing is something anyone can learn. I teach it. And if you want to learn more about my live online Reiki certification courses, go ahead and check out the links in the description or visit learnreikiphiladelphia.com. You can also learn about my one-on-one distance sessions, tarot readings, and crystal shop. So thank you so much for being here today. I'm here 5 times a week. If you want to join me at any particular time, you can always set your subscriber notifications to on. You can also go ahead and check the schedule. I'm here same days, same times every week. They're all listed in the description. And also know that just as we are all interconnected, so it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter when you are. If you are here live with me today and another day you need some Reiki and I'm not here live, go ahead and check out that past healing live stream playlist. We've got almost 300 separate events just like this that you can enjoy when you need it. You can even pick them out by the picture of the crystal grid, which is on the thumbnail. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and see what won that vote, get into the healing, and then see how we all feel on the opposite side. Oh, by the way, I will be sending for 25 minutes, at the end of which you'll hear my voice come in. I'll invite you to take a couple of deep breaths and slowly come back. And at that point, I will reopen the chat and you can ask any questions that you have. You can share any experiences you feel motivated to share. And I'm so grateful to have all of you here with me today. Do click that like button if you're finding this helpful. It really helps push the stream out to new people. And again, I deeply appreciate you for being here today. So let's go ahead and see what won that vote. Let's see, it's both. How can it be both? Because it's always both. That's why. We can never decide, and why would we? Let's see. So get comfy, get cozy. There's no wrong way to be. Sit up, lay down, move around, stretch it out, snore it out. Whatever feels right to you is the right way. Let's do this in the center. And let's put, I want there to be, let's see, let's put Sunstone here. Nope. Here. And here, and these 2 smaller pieces right there. That's it. Awesome. Okay, I'm just going to tidy us up a little bit. So this is the time to go ahead and get nice and comfortable. Lay down, Cover your eyes. There we go. And thank you all so much for being here and for inspiring this beautiful grid. And I will see you all in about 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to the space that you're in. Bring your attention and focus back to your body. Thank you so much for being here with me this evening. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing. You're so welcome, Jen. Currently have a purring Hattie in my lap. I hope you all feel better. I know I do. And as a reminder, I will be back live again tomorrow, Wednesday, at 4 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. Again on Friday at 4 and 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time, and Sunday at 8 p.m. There may also be a surprise coming out for all of you on Thursday. Subscribe with your notifications on to see what that's about. ABC, it's wonderful to see you. You're very welcome. Susan, absolutely. You're so welcome. All the best to you and Greg, and keep me posted on your recovery and how you're doing. You're welcome, Martha. Have a good night's rest. And ABC, to know what's up with the universe. Too much anxiety and sadness in the air. Yeah, there's a lot going on in terms of we're in the middle of eclipse season right now, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. You too, heart. Lots of love to you and your husband and your family. There's a lot of anxiety and sadness in the air. This is going to be a lot of people coming to terms with what they need to let go of and what they need to put their energy into. So yeah, it's a lot of anxiety, a lot of sadness and grief, and a lot of quick to anger kind of stuff for some folks. I don't care where you are in the world, you can check the news and see that there's definitely an uptick in people losing their temper. It's definitely very intense. We're definitely in the eclipse season, as well as Mercury retrograde, which is a time where we're meant to be focusing inward and not communicating outward. So it's harder to communicate because we're really spiritually inclined to listen to ourselves and explore some things and go over some things. It's like a time of review. When will the eclipse season end? The eclipse season will be ending with the full moon, which I think is in like another week or so. Let me see when the new full moon is. Yeah, Friday, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo. Middle of the afternoon on Cinco de Mayo, we will have a full moon that will be a lunar eclipse. So full moon, lunar eclipse. We already had the new moon solar eclipse. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of it. But also there's like Jupiter energy and Uranus energy, which is just like, it's a lot of going in, doing some digging, letting go of the things that no longer serve, and then like making some commitments on things that we really want to move forward with. And that's the energy. And of course, anytime we're looking inward, it's always hard because we're not used to that. Yeah, 5-5. That should help. That should help a lot. It should help a lot. But yeah, I mean, it's just the nature of things. Yeah. But that's it's always a volatile time in eclipses. Eclipses used to be times that people really worried. I mean, think about the ancients. Like, when do you see the sun or moon get eclipsed? Like, it's a big deal for them, but it's very chaotic for us too. We feel it even today, even though we understand what's going on and how natural it is. And it's not the gods being angry at us. It's still really hard to process. But yeah, I wish you all the best. May it be smooth sailing to the full moon for you. But I'm going to go ahead. I am working on the Tarot for All 12 signs for next month. I'm working on that already. So everybody take care of yourselves and each other. I do hope to see you again soon. And thank you so much for spending this time here. Thank you so much for hitting the like button if you have the moment to do so. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.